You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to the Up the Turnpike postgame show. What is going on? Matt O'Leary, joined by Mitch Anderson. Mitch, how's it going this afternoon?
Good. This afternoon. One of my kids watching with me, so that was cool too. Good day so far. What about you?
Yeah, so far so good. Had some Chipotle while watching the Islanders game for lunch. I was like, I want to get something nice here. So settle in on the couch, watch some afternoon hockey, ordered some Chipotle, and here we are. So we have Islanders loss, unfortunately, to talk about. So the 4-game win streak comes to a close. They do pick up a point, so it is a 5-game point streak for those keeping track at home. But they were up 2-0 in this game, Mitch.
Lots to like, lots to dislike as well. But I think that that's going to be the theme of the season, and that's not a hot take. I'm sure all of you at home are having the same thoughts as well. Like, this is going to be an up and down season the entire way. This is a little bit of a down, but I'm not. Whatever, it's fine. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So let's get into this one, Mitch, in the first period here. Simon Holmstrom, shorthanded. What do you know? JG Pageau and Simon Holmstrom connect for a shorthanded goal against. We've seen it a bunch.
Yeah. Classic. It's just classic stuff. And it's not the same type of play necessarily. Like, it starts off as a 2-on-1, but Pageau just doesn't have the gas to keep it going. Totally fair. And then Simon just throws what seems to me, when I was watching, a speculative shot, right? Because he's not really in great goal scoring area, but he's in the high slot and is able to beat Ersson. And I thought, great, this is going to be a great game for us because Ersson does not look fantastic. Spoiler, that was not the case the rest of the game.
No, he was really good today, that's for sure. It was kind of I thought a sleepy first period. 8 shots for Philadelphia, 4 for the Islanders. They were able to convert on, one of their 4, though, and get out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I'm getting somewhat. Max is saying my mic is broken. Does my mic sound okay to you?
I switched the setting on StreamYard, so hopefully it sounds okay now. But if that's not the case, let me know in the chat.
Okay, so yeah, Max, let me know in the chat if it's fixed or not, or anyone, please let us know. Sorry, where were we at here? Just a sleepy first period.
Yeah, just a sleepy first period overall. But the Islanders up 1-0.
Okay, Max is saying it's good now. So yeah, you're up 1-0. On the road, whatever, man. Like, you didn't have a good start to the game. That's fine. Have a better second period, please. And it kind of felt like they did. I thought that they were pretty damn good in that second period.
Yeah, it definitely started good. That's for sure. We don't have a visualization available for the second goal, but Marshall Warren, who made his NHL debut, finds Anthony Duclair for an assist, picks up his first point. Duclair bangs it home, puts the Islanders up 2-0 at the 6:15 mark of the second period.
Yeah, just really cerebral play by Marshall Warren. I don't know if he's trying to get it on net, but it doesn't really look like it. He's at least getting it towards the net area, into a goal scoring area, and that's all you want to ask for. And he got it there, and Anthony Duclair pops it in, and Duke doesn't spare a second to immediately point to Warren. He knows what just happened. Marshall Warren looks phenomenal, and then you add an assist to his debut, and you're going, okay, bud, like, this looks pretty good, man. Can you play more than this? Because we could use you in the lineup on an everyday basis.
Yeah, no, he definitely looked like he belonged and picked up an assist there in the second. I'm curious to see what the ice time is. We'll get to that in a little bit, but obviously we'll take a look. But that 2-0 lead unfortunately didn't last long, as Trevor Zegras hooks up with Christian Dvorak on a really nice looking goal here.
Yeah, they caught, the fourth line was out there, right? Like Siplikov, Zeker, in the middle, and McLean there, just not knowing what the hell's going on, and the defense as well, right? Pelech Polak, what the frig were you guys doing there? Because look at that. Zizekas is the one guy back. Zizekas is the one playing D here. What is happening?
Yeah, strange,
just ridiculous. And then the pass by Zegras was just fantastic.
Absolutely. So nice looking Nice looking pass from Trevor Zegers. Dvorak has Sorokin going, Sorokin's going one way and he kind of just tucks it around, puts it in. So makes it a 2-1 game. And that's how the score would remain through the end of the second period.
Yeah, better second period altogether for the Islanders. They really put the pressure on. 13 shots to the 8 of the Philadelphia Flyers. They really proved themselves. I thought in that second period, there wasn't anything really in terms of penalties. There was that fight in the first that we kind of didn't talk about, but there's nothing really to speak about. It's just Scott Mayfield getting into it with Garnet Hathaway, who's a POS. So, I mean, what do you really want? So yeah, decent second period. More of that, and like you win the game. More of that, you win the game. And they didn't, because the Flyers came out, I thought, in the third a little bit better than the Islanders did.
Definitely. They came out flying at the start of the third period and almost scored immediately, 154 into the third period. Trevor Zegras able to score on this one.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing sometimes in defensive coverage here. Although, to be fair, they throw it on net and the refs just kind of sit there and don't really, right? This is the one that I'm thinking of, or was that the last goal that got the tying goal that they kind of bank it in?
This one,
right,
goes through. I think the visualization
is off again.
Yeah, because that one's the one that trickled through, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Okay. This was the one that definitely just kind of sat there. Chat, remind me if I'm getting my my what's the word is here? My wires crossed. There we go. I can't speak. The refs don't blow the whistle, man. And I don't understand how they don't blow the whistle. I know Cal says that he was able to see the puck the entire time, but I think in his position, the refs weren't there. But either way, it just seems like they should have blown the whistle. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's not that big of a deal. But
it was still loose,
seems like
though.
A cheap goal.
It did, but I don't think he ever really covered it.
Yeah, it's fair. Like when you look at it from a different angle, you see that, okay, like maybe if I look at it through like underneath Sorokin, you can see that it's not actually covered. But I don't know. Like usually the refs, when they lose sight of it, they just blow the whistle, and they didn't there. I'm not saying the Islanders lost because of that. I'm not saying that the refs are corrupt or anything of the sorts. I'm just kind of surprised. I'm just kind of surprised. That's all. This is not a hill I'm willing to die on in any way, shape, or form. Totally
fair. And honestly, Mitch, right after that's when you saw the fights break out, a bunch of them at the 2:12 minute. You got Mayfield off for roughing. You had Schaefer off for roughing, and McLean dropped the gloves as well there. So it was getting a little bit chippy, especially in that third period after the Flyers tied it up at 2.
Yeah, the Flyers tried to take a lot of liberties with Matthew Schaefer throughout the game. And the Islanders, I think, are doing their best to try to step up to it. Maybe the Flyers kind of saw that with the last game, right? You had that one instance where Schaefer gets caught in the boards by the Red Wings and 3 Islanders come in. And the Flyers coaching staff probably thought, like, if you just even touch Schaefer, they're going to go banana lands and we might be able to get them off of their game type of thing. And I don't think it necessarily worked, but that seemed like a plan of theirs. But whatever, we have a bunch of kerfuffles or scruffles, and then nothing really comes out of it, really.
No. So right after that, the Islanders would go and take the lead. Marshall Warren picks up another assist, this time Maxim Siplikov with a deflection right in front.
Yeah, just getting pucks on net, right? It's simple stuff. Just if you're in a position to get the puck on the net, just do that. And that's exactly what he does. And Sippy gets a stick on it. Just friggin' perfection. It's exactly what you're supposed to do. Fortuitous stick, mind you, because the coverage is pretty good defensively there by the Flyers, but it's simple stuff that Marshall Warren is doing, and that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, honestly, like I just think it was a good setup from him. Like put the puck on the net, like you said. That's exactly what you want to see a player do in that situation. And Siplikov is there for a deflection, his first of the year, and hopefully that gets him going a little bit now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's good to see that Sippy's got a goal to his name now. So like hopefully the confidence will start building there and he can get more than 7 minutes of ice time. I'm not saying he deserves more than 7 minutes of ice time, but he starts playing like he should get it, and maybe he gets a little bit more, at least maybe 10, 12 type of thing. But he's got to deserve it. Of course, good things can't last, and then we give up a power play goal to tie the game.
Yeah, it honestly felt like that was coming a little bit. Scott Mayfield took a high sticking penalty, and that was, I believe, his third penalty of the game. Yeah, it was his third penalty of the game. And on the power play, Trevor Zegras scores to tie it up again at 3 here.
Yeah, we can't keep running to the box like that. I don't know. We only gave them 3 power play opportunities in this game, and that's not really a ton. But we can't keep doing that, man. Like, just especially dumb plays like the Zizekas one against Detroit. Now this one here, the high stick. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah, clearly
Scott Mayfield, man. Come on.
Clearly we were wrong. This was the one that ended up trickling in. So we mixed up the number 2 and number 3 goal for Philadelphia. But point remains the same. They end up tying it up at 3 goals apiece, which, like, kind of just laid out there. It felt like that was coming. I know the Islanders, just took the lead a few minutes before, but with how Philadelphia was playing in that third period, the Islanders really weren't getting a ton of chances in that third.
No, it wasn't one-way traffic necessarily, but just they didn't live up to it. They kind of like they fell off. They didn't have the foot on the gas. They kind of let up a little bit, thinking, okay, we've got this one. We've been winning. We won 4 in a row. We're in a winning position now with not very much time. By the time Maxim Siplikov scores, there's 14 minutes left to play. But just trying to like calmly see those one through, but then they just make dumb mistakes by inviting pressure. I don't get that. Like, you've done a lot to succeed up to this point. Why change it? I don't understand why they would do that.
No. Yeah. So it's 3-3 late. Not too many opportunities towards the end, right? So we end up getting overtime. In overtime, Bo Horvat had a beauty of an opportunity that was just highway robbery. I thought he was going to score the game winner right off that one. I'm sure you did too.
Well, I thought that Jonathan Drouin was going to get it on the friggin' net.
Yeah.
Wide open in the slot. Wide open, one-on-one with the goalie. And he passes it to Bo Horvat, who's covered. Impressive stuff from Bo Horvat to still get it on the friggin' net. But what the hell was Jonathan Drouin doing?
Just shoot, man. That's one of those where you're going, why not? Shoot it.
You've got 2 goals on the year already? Like, get yourself a third, bud. You don't score a lot. Just shoot the goddamn puck. There's like a 50% chance that you score there. What are we doing?
Yeah. Or even you could have did the hey, let's set up for Bo Horvat on the rebound here. A low shot towards the pads. But I don't know. It was strange.
So many options. Fake the pass, come back. Like, I don't know. I don't understand why Jonathan Drouin didn't shoot that puck. I don't understand. I get it that Bo Horvat had a higher % chance of scoring if he wasn't being covered, but he was. And that takes away that element of percentage superiority on that play where you were now in the better position and he gave it up.
Yeah. So anyway, overtime would continue. Flyers didn't really get too many chances. I believe they just had that one shot in the overtime period. The Islanders had 4, unable to get one to go. So to the shootout it goes. Islanders still not a very good shootout team, although Simon Holmstrom would score. That was a nice looking goal, but Zegras and Mitch are the 2 that would score for Philadelphia to give them the 4-3 win.
Yeah, Sorokin not covering themselves in graces there on that. Like the Bobby Brink one was kind of easy for him. Zegras was tricky, sure, but I don't know, man. The who scored the last one? Mishkov. It really looks like the kind of shootout moves that we typically do, where we just shoot it and then we're always complaining because they never go in, and then they do it to us, and he's never been great in shootouts. I'll give him that much, but that was not great. It was not great performance.
No, it was the blocker side on both of them too. High blocker, and they were able to go. So a 4-3 New York Islanders loss. We'll give some numbers and then get into the box score and the chat to close us out here. Shots on goal ended up being even, 26 apiece. Face off, Islanders slightly better, 50.9% to the Flyers 49.1. Power play, Flyers went 1 for 3. Islanders 0 for 2, did have the shorthanded goal. Penalty minutes, there were a lot in this game, 20-18. Hits 30-24, Philadelphia with more. Block shots 16-10 Philly. Giveaways even at 15 apiece. Takeaways, the Flyers had 3 more, 6-3.
Yeah, puck management clearly not on top of mind for either of these teams.
No, it didn't feel that. Like I said, it was a little sluggish, sloppy at points, which I know the Islanders had, the day off on Friday or whatever, but a matinee game on the road, that's, I hate to say it, that's not really all too surprising from this team at this point.
No, the second you see Matt Nana's schedule, you're like, this is going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
We'll see how many points we get out of this. It might be none.
Yeah, they did get a point, right? So again, they've gotten points, 9 out of their last 10 points that were available to them they got, which is clearly you'll take that, but would have been nice to win a game where you had a 2-0 lead.
Exactly, 100% accurate.
All right, let's do forward ice time. Who leads the way?
I'm going to say it's Bo Horvat for face-off duties.
Yeah, by a lot. 24-01 for Bo Horvat.
Okay. That line was pretty good, mind you. Like the Drouin, Horvat, Heineman line was pretty good. I still think the third line was probably their best one on the day, but either way, whatever. It makes sense that Bo Horvat gets the most ice time, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. That would have been my guess as well. 24-01. Next closest, Barzal, 21-32.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, least, I'm going to say Kyle McLean.
7:55 for Kyle McLean.
Okay, how much time did Sippy get?
8:26.
Okay, it's not a lot, but like it's not that just because you score a goal at the end of the game, now all the shifts start coming out, right?
Yeah, and also too, not for nothing, like I thought the Islanders' top 3 lines were significantly better than what the fourth line was. So, yeah. I figured they'd be low. Maybe not this low. Like it was Siplikov 8:26, Zizekas 8:15, McLean 7:55. But I thought that there was an obvious discrepancy between the top 3 lines and the fourth line today.
Oh, easily. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that it's not a lucky goal, but based off how they're playing, it was a lucky goal because they didn't seem to be deserving it. They're out there just to give the other lines a breather, right? Like in the third period, the shifts get shorter, at least for the fourth line. Or less likely. And so I don't know. We'll see if he gets some more ice time. Hopefully he starts playing well enough or they have to give him more. But,
yeah. With you on that.
Defense, 3 power plays. I'm still going to say it's Schaefer.
It's 27-40 for Matthew Schaefer.
Woo! Well, overtime.
He played a lot in that. He played a lot in that overtime. I don't know what the ice time was before that overtime period, but he did play a lot.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Like, we've talked about it before. You got to give your best skater a lot of time when there's a lot of ice and there's only 6 players out there. Give them the time. Sadly, they couldn't win a faceoff to save their goddamn life. Which Nick says it here. Is it just me or does Horvat not win any important faceoff? He's been great. He's been great, but man in OT would have loved to see what Schaefer, Barzy, and Bo could have done with possession.
I mean, he won 70% today. Like that feels a little nitpicky.
Insane. He still wins 70%, but when it comes to the opening drawn faceoff, loses it. Come on.
In overtime. It's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, it sucks. But
24-48 before overtime. Thank you, Connor, for that.
Yeah, there you go. So plays, what is it, like 2.5 minutes of overtime?
Yeah, which he was at, like I said, he was out there a lot, so not surprised.
Yeah, that's half of it. Okay, least amount of ice time for defenseman, I assume, is Marshall Warren.
11:22. No, 11:20. Excuse me.
Only 11:20. It felt like more. It really did.
I would have guessed more than 11:20, but not much more than that. I thought when he was out there, he was noticeable, but it felt like there was long stretches of time where we weren't seeing Marshall Warren out there throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, how effective can he be? 2 assists, +1, 2 hits, 2 giveaways, and 1 takeaway in 11:20. Amazing. That's all. The giveaways suck there, but like whatever. First NHL game, 2 giveaways, it's fine. He's not the only one. Everyone on the blue line outside of Pelech had a giveaway.
Yeah, so I thought he was fine though in the 11:20, and hope to see more of him with Alex Romanov out.
Yeah, we'll see how long Romy's out. IR since the 16th, right, retroactively. So we'll see how long he needs to be out for. But at this point, Warren is here to stay, I think.
As for Sorokin, stopped 23 of 26, 885 save percentage. I don't think he was horrible. I don't think he was good. I thought he was okay today. It started out solid, and then I think kind of tailed as the game went on.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, man. Something's up with him. Although his movement looked more like what I'm used to from Sorokin. And what I mean by that, like you see him moving more solidly, more confidently in the net and just having to make all these crazy micro adjustments that he was always doing lately. So maybe Namaz is rubbing off on him, but as we said before, like it's going to take a while for the effect to be felt.
I also thought that early in the game, I was noticing him be more aggressive, like coming out further, which that's one of the criticisms I feel like is he plays too far back in the net. It felt like he was coming out and being a little bit more aggressive, challenging shooters.
Which it makes sense. He's not a 6'7" goalie. And like, I get that you've got great reactions, but like, don't put yourself in a situation where you have to use those. Just be a shot blocker if you can for a while, and then use your reaction speed to help you bail you out when you need it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Overtime loss or shootout loss, no big deal. Still get a point.
Let's take a look at some of these comments, Mitch.
Yeah. Gary here says, who had Marshall Warren on their bingo card for points? Like, I don't think any of us did. Not in his debut.
No.
His mom, perfect Long Island accent.
Taylor and I were saying the same thing watching it. Like that just made so much. And his sister looks exactly like him. Like that was a carbon copy.
It's true. Oh my gosh, that accent second. I was like, if you didn't tell me this lady was from Long Island, I could tell you she was from Long Island.
Yeah, just by how she was talking.
Exactly. Left Lock says tough loss, but entertaining at least. That's good, especially in a matinee. I love how chippy each team was. A nice feel good performance for Warren, grabbing 2 points in his debut. Who doesn't friggin' love that? 2 points in your debut, man.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get the goal. I didn't realize Siplikov deflected it. It would have been cool for him to pick up his first point and then a first goal in the same game. But I think you'll take a 2-point night in your debut. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, just bench Siplikov for doing that. Took a goal off of him. Unbelievable. What a greedy Russian. Rick Rock, Richie meter up another notch. Zeker is god awful.
Do you want to do the Richie meter?
Do it.
The Cal Ritchie call-up meter. We are in start thinking about it. That's where I have it right now. We can adjust it. There's a few different levels to this. Yeah. So we have it at start thinking about it for Cal Ritchie.
Yeah, we're at the start thinking about it situation. You're right, Rick, that Zeker, not even just this game, not great lately. So, and it started in training camp, man.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous stuff. Matthias says we have a Sorokin problem. That has been, factored in a couple of other comments here, but like we'll focus on that one. What do you think of that?
I mean, I don't think he was amazing today. I also don't think like you looked at any of the 3 goals that were scored in regulation and go like, oh, that was an obvious, like that was a soft goal or that was a Sorokin problem. If you want to say maybe in this one, like you just don't have faith in him in the shootout. That's been that has been a fair criticism through his entire career, I think. But I want to see how he continues to look after this goalie change. Goalie coach change, I mean.
Right. Max TCG says Simon Holmstrom really did all he could for the team. Shorthanded goal, showdown goal, love it. Also, I know some people are upset, but not bad. I'll take a point.
Yeah, I mean, would have liked to get 2. You take a point in this one, and Holmstrom has looked good. I like the 3 of them together right now that he's playing with. Anders Lee, I thought, had another really good game. His 6 points in his 6 assists in his last 4 games, which is just absurd. And JG Pajot is just solid.
Yeah. Everywhere on the ice and doing the right thing all the time. Like first rounder, here we come. Okay, what else do we got here? From AA 62-174, I like Warren. Could be a nice third pair D. This team is desperate for right-handed defensemen.
Yeah, they are.
He's a lefty.
He is a lefty, but they are desperate for righty. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Like they are short on the right-hand side. Rick Canetta kind of piggybacking on this, said Warren should stay in place for D'Angelo when Romy gets back. Tony still hasn't looked good.
I agree with that. There was the second goal. Someone in the chat pointed it out that he didn't shift well or change well in the pass off there on the coverage. And I know he scored the other night. Like no one's gonna ever doubt his ability to rack up points or put points up in this league, but there's definitely some questionable things. And like also too, not for nothing, he's on a 1-year deal and is a UFA after the season. Like he's not a building block piece. So I don't think that should stop you from seeing what you have in some of these other guys if you continue to have those concerns with Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah, you still have Isaiah George down there. So let's see. And he can come up. We know what he's capable of. If you've got George and then Warren, like you've got guys here that you can trust. It seems it's one game of Warren. So let me not get too carried away, but it looks good. And he's been building all season long. So good stuff for sure. What else we got here? Connor Freeman says Schaefer probably had his worst game, but it was still good. That's how good he is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And I don't think it was a bad game, and I don't think Connor's saying that it was a bad game either. No. It's just like, yeah, I mean, looking at the first 8 games, this is probably the one where he's had the least impact, and he definitely wasn't a net negative out there.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's not a net negative, so that's exactly what you want to see. It's just, can you be a little bit more impactful, I suppose? But maybe I'm asking too much of an 18-year-old playing his 7th, 8th game of his career. But let me chill a little bit here.
Yeah, fair.
What else we got? Sorokin's wheels of excuse. It always takes me 2 seconds to feel when Mitch is talking about Hawaii. Well, that's the R rolls, baby.
The Frenchman strikes again.
Yeah, you'll get it. Cole 4 says, "Hi guys, Isles fan from Wales here.
Hey, welcome. Damn. Thanks for hanging with us."
Yeah, man, that's dope. What time is it over there? It's got to be like 8 o'clock type of thing. 6-hour difference, is it not, in Wales? Could be wrong.
That would be later then. That'd be 10.
That's right. Can't be that. Liverpool. Well, yeah, Liverpool started an hour ago. That makes kind of sense. Mercy, Sorokin should be our backup, and we should let Riddich take control as our main goalie. This overtime loss, no big deal.
So the overtime loss, no big deal. And then hot take in the beginning. I get Riddich, through the 2 games that Riddich has played, Riddich has obviously looked better than Ilya Sorokin. We can make an argument for more of a 50-50 split, but I think, yes, Riddich has played well, and I'm happy that he's played well, but he's been a career backup in this league for a reason.
Yeah, the ceiling is higher for Sorokin than it is for Riddich. However, good point here. Like Riddich, as you're saying, Riddich has been fantastic to start. So like, we don't have to ride Sorokin into the ground. Let's not kill him. Let's just, be consistent. 50-50. You don't have to ride the hot hand. Like, Sorokin was bad today, so we have to play Riddich. It's just a little bit, less of a 60-40 if we can, or more of a 60-40, whatever their plan was initially throughout the year. Richard Lord says, we hate shootouts. Award 3 points for regulation win, 2 points for an overtime win. If the overtime ends a tie, each team receives a point.
I like that. The shootout stinks. Not because the Islanders don't have any goal scorers in the shootout, or because the goalie doesn't look very confident in the shootout. That's not the reason why I'm saying it. I've always felt this way.
Yeah. Orbican, good point here. I almost like he's reviewing my own games. I'm never worried when there's high pressure on Sorokin. It's always the softies. That's me. When I'm in nets, one-on-one with a shooter, it's going in almost 99% of the time. But if there's a scramble in front of the net, I'm making some Jonathan Quick-like saves to stop that thing from going in, but I can't stop the easy ones.
Happens sometimes, man.
When you're a shit goalie, apparently, it just happens all the time. What else we've got here from Tyler James? I think Duclair has been fine on the second line, but am I crazy for wanting to see Shabanov, Barzal, and Palms on the second line instead?
And Duclair come out of the lineup, I guess, in this scenario?
I suppose.
Or is he moving down to the 4th line and McLean comes out?
At this point, let's just assume it's coming out. And yeah, let's just assume it's coming out. I'm not going to put words in Tyler's mouth, but let's just assume it's that for now.
I want to see Shabanov get back in this lineup. Also, I don't think just completely shut it down, and be like, oh, we're going to roll this forward group until the wheels fall off. I think they're going to make their changes and adjustments. So I'm not opposed. I think Shabanov with Barzal could be exciting.
Yeah, I think this could be, and I don't know, I have nothing to confirm this. This could be just load management for them. Because we heard from Maxim Siplikov himself, like the load management was hard to deal with last year.
True.
And so if you can load management now and have him better, later on in the year, so be it.
Yeah,
that's pure speculation by my behalf.
No, but that's a really good point and something that I really haven't really considered with him. And it was an issue for Siplikov last year, and he said so. And it's a problem for a lot of these guys coming over who aren't used to playing that many games.
That's right. So maybe that's something. We'll think about that. We've got a super chat here from fellow Canadian Gary here. It says, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Gary, thank you for the support. Really means a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's an easy way to help us out. Got us in front of more eyeballs.
Mm-hmm. And we'll close out with this one here. Thank you, Gary, for that. And go Jays go, by the way. A friggin' hell of a 6th inning the other day.
That was awesome. I was watching last night.
Yeah. Final one here from Tyler. Just kind of clearing things up. I was thinking Duclair replaces McLean in there.
Okay. Totally. Yeah. I'm good with that. I don't think Kyle McLean has really done anything too much where it makes you really feel all that strongly. Although if we're doing that, I'm open to Cizikas coming out of the lineup too and having Duclair, Cal Ritchie, and Maxim Siplikov as the 4th line.
Ooh, that sounds like a pretty good line, honestly. If it plays like 12 minutes a night, maybe 10. But if it's only playing 8 minutes, I don't know. But still, whatever. I'm open to it. But let's play it around. What do we have to lose?
Something to consider for sure.
Yeah.
But Islanders back in action on Tuesday night in Boston. We'll have you covered for the post game after that one. But for now, that'll do it for us. I'm Matt O'Leary. He is Mitch Anderson. And we'll catch you next time.